Hello and welcome to the Daily Darkest Dungeon Estate. I am the Akosombo and I welcome you to this new little project and series. What's the name of the series? Pretty easy, it's Daily Darkest Dungeon, and it will be exactly that. I will be uploading a Darkest Dungeon video each and every day until we either beat the game or all of my characters died. I played the game before, but I never finished it. I hope to change it this time. I would imagine lots of you have at least seen the game. For those who are new, I will try to explain the things I will be doing and read the tooltips that the games provide. If you want to be part of the game, as you can see in the upper right already, you can leave me a message down in the comments or a message on the Discord channel. I randomly picked from those who already volunteered to be the namesake of one character. So our starting team will be Asha Belenar as the Crusader, Athelas as the Highwayman, Spellcaster as the Plague Doctor, and Mischievity as the Vestal. For those who know the game, you know that I skipped the first little tutorial section, which only shows us the controls of the game, so I skipped that and was able now to name our first 4 characters. This is the estate, and for those who are new, this will be our little hub where we upgrade our abilities, where we upgrade our inventory and weapons and armor, but also where we heal our party, clear the stress for them, acquire new abilities, and also are able to buy certain items. When we're not in the estate, and that will be for the most part, we will be in a dungeon. And these dungeons are for the most part randomly generated and can be very difficult, just like the game can be very difficult and punishing. The plan for this series is that each episode I will be going through one dungeon. So depending on how long the dungeon is or how difficult the dungeon is, the episodes can be a little longer or a little shorter. Today I will go through the first tutorial dungeon and then also through the first randomly generated dungeon. So 2 dungeons today. Going forward, every episode will be 1 dungeon. So every day a new dungeon. Now, before we start with our first quest, let's look around a little bit what we have here already. We have the stagecoach, where we acquire new characters, and these characters will be you if you volunteer to be the namesake of some. And we can also upgrade the stagecoach. I upgraded already the stagecoach network and the hero barracks, which means each week now I will get 3 new heroes. And also we can have up to 13 heroes in our roster. These are currently still locked. We will learn about them once they get unlocked. We have the graveyard, a place that hopefully stays clear of any people, but I have a feeling that won't be the case. We have the ancestor memoirs, where we can rewatch the cutscenes, which I will do in a second. We have the nomad wagon, where we can buy items, and then 2 other buildings that are still locked. So now let's rewatch the 2 cinematics that I skipped because I jumped to this point, and then we will head out to the tutorial dungeon.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
The darkest dungeon. So that is the backstory to the game, and the path that led us to the estate is the old road, and we will hear a little bit about that now.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
And I sure do hope that we find our redemption. But in order to do that, we will have to venture out, and I will do that right now. Let's embark.
A mecca of madness and
Quest
morbidity.
and parties. This
Your
is
work
where you
begins.
select a quest and form an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Click on quests to see their details. Drag heroes into slots at the position of the screen to form your party and default party order. I downloaded both DLCs, so all the DLCs that are available are installed, and we will do them. I did a little bit of Crimson Court, but not of the latest DLC, so that will be new for me completely. Now let's add Spellcaster and Miss GBT for the first tutorial quest. This dungeon is always the same. Every other dungeon, at least in the normal areas, is randomly generated. So let's go to provisions.
The cost
Here
of
we equip
preparedness,
for our
measured now
quests
in gold,
provision for the
later
journey.
in blood.
You'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you are going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences, but always bring some food and torches. For your first short quest, try bringing at least 8 food and 4 torches. So here we have food. We can heal with food, and every now and then we also have a hunger check where the entire party has to eat. So if they can't eat, they lose health. Let's get a bunch of torches as well. I like to take a few more than usual. Torches are obviously there to illuminate your vicinity. We will learn more about that soon. I don't know what that is. Shard dust used to tap into otherworldly power, but beware its other effects. Cannot be used by virtuous. So that is part of the newest quest. We also have anti-venom used to counter blights, poisons and toxins. We have bandages used to stanch the flow of bleeding. Medicinal herbs used to cleanse items and prevent maladies can also be applied to a hero to eliminate combat debuffs. We have a skeleton key used to unlock strong boxes and doors. We will take one of these with us. We have holy water used to purge evil and restore purity. Can also be applied to a hero to increase resistances. We have laudanum, a soothing tincture to inure one's mind against the horrors of the dark, and the torches and the shard dust. For now, I think we are good and we are ready to embark on the tutorial dungeon. There we will learn more about the basic mechanics of the game, and it will take place in one of the areas called the ruins. Each area provides different types of enemies, and as the game already told us, depending on which area we're in, we will have to equip differently, and it also makes sense to adjust our party accordingly. This is the map of the game. Down here we see each and every small square marks one step. There can be enemies or curious special items we can interact with on there, or just nothing. And these big squares are rooms. In order to advance, we can either click on the map or click on the screen or on the map. I usually click on the map because it's a little more precise. And then we walk through these parts and get from room to room. We have a quest for each dungeon. In this case, it's explore 90% of the rooms. And once we've done that, we can return to the estate. We can return now, but then we wouldn't get the reward that we could get for the quest. Once we're in the hallways, we can continue here and go from one square to another, as you can see down there. And once we're close, we can see where the curious are. For example, here is a torch.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
So we get a free torch. The torch we can use to light our vicinity, and that has different effects. The higher our torch rating is, the higher are the buffs that we get. We have plus dodge, scouting, and monster surprised. What that means we will see shortly, but I like to keep my torch very high. And then we enter into the first room. And we have our first two enemies, Bone Rabble. So, since we fight them for the first time, we don't have any information. Later we will see what kind of skills they have and other information, but for now we don't know that. And we will have to fight. Spellcaster starts with a with these two, or with these 4 abilities. These two he cannot use. As you can see, the 2 yellow dots under uses remaining tell you where he has to stand in your order. So he can only use these abilities when he stands in the one of the last 2 spots, and he can only attack where the red dots are. In this case, it's the last 2 spots of the enemy, and since they are connected, that means he will attack both of these positions at once, but since there is nobody, he can't attack there. He can now use emboldening vapors, which will buff him his damage by 20% and also give him +3 speed. Or he could use disorienting blast, which could stun an enemy. We will do that. He resisted to be moved and resisted to get stunned. We see he has a stun resist of 10%, so that is very unlucky. Athela's ability are Open Vein, that is to a melee attack that gets the opponent bleeding, but since we fight skeletons, they have a very high bleed resist. Athelas can also use the pistol shot or the grape shot blast, which attacks the first 3 rows but isn't as strong. I will use it though, because these are fairly weak enemies and we might be able to kill them off pretty quickly. I also got a debuff. Crits receive chance +4%. The Vassal is the main healer. Miss GBT can heal, can party heal, and can use Dazzling Light, which could afflict or could stun an enemy. We got that, so this enemy will be stunned for 1 turn. Asha Balanar can use Smite, just a strong attack, +15% against Unholy. Could use Zealous Accusation, attacks the first 2 rows. Not as strong, but again attacks 2 rows and has Stunning Blow, which could stun an opponent. I will use Zealous Accusation because that could actually kill both of them.
Another abomination cleansed from our
And
lands.
we won the fight, fairly easy, but that will get much harder as we continue. Let's take this. We got the blood. The blood is a special type of supply item. Any collected bottles of the blood will be retained in your estate at quest end. They may be added to the provisions of embarking parties. The blood is rare. Spread it around wisely amongst those in need. So usually once we end our quest and return to the estate, all these items that we could buy in the provisions screen will get exchanged back into a portion of their cost, and we will get paid in gold. There are other items that will get exchanged into gold, for example diamonds and other valuables. They just get exchanged into gold, so you make money with that. And then there are heirlooms, with those you need to upgrade your estate and the certain buildings there. Here we get a shovel, another torch, and the blood. The blood is a quest item, or not a quest item, but a DLC item from the Crimson Court DLC. Now let's continue to the next room. That fight went well. Here we see an obstacle.
Even the cold stone
And this
seems
obstacle, we
bent
could
on
just
preventing
clear
passage.
it with our hands. That would injure us and would increase our stress level. The stress level is, especially in the beginning, much more important than your health, because once you return to the estate, your heroes will be at full health again. However, stress you have to reduce with certain activities. We will get to that later. And if the stress meter gets to 100, that would be a full meter here, they could go mad and get a very strong debuff. Once you are at 200, they will get a heart attack and will be on the brink of death. Those are not things we want, so we will use the shovel to clear the rubble. Let's use a torch, and we have another
Spirits are lifted, and purpose
enemies.
is
And
made
these
clear.
enemies surprised us. That is what was mentioned here. The higher our torch is, the less likely it is to get surprised. They did it anyway, and that completely changed our formation, and since we can use certain abilities only in certain spots, that can really mess with your party. For Spellcaster, that is not the biggest problem, because he can use his abilities from there anyway. I want to stun the Cultist Acolyte because they induce a lot of stress, and as I mentioned just seconds ago, stress is dangerous. Resisted the stun. But there is the critical dodge, so their stress attack failed as well. Let's try to stun them for the next turn.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
And we get a hit. Actually, I will move, so we're in a better position. Another dodge by Asha Belenar. Good work. Let's hit them both with Zealous Accusation. Bum bum. And now that we fought them before, we have a few more information. We now know about their skill, the Graveyard Slash, and here the Bump in the Night. Spellcaster will try to blight the enemy, 20% resistance. And it worked. That will do 4 damage per round and will stay for 3 rounds, so that is pretty good. Chibi can heal herself.
Soothed. Sedated.
And Athelas will attack all 3.
Confidence
Get rid of
surges
1,
as the
that is
enemy
good.
crumbles.
So I think we're pretty good here. The Acolyte has 3 HP left, will get 4 damage next turn anyway, once it's their turn. And this one, Asha should be able to
Their
crush
formation is
knights.
broken. Maintain the offensive.
And the white little symbol means we healed a little bit of stress. Okay, dodge the Blight Grenade.
Press this
Pistol
advantage.
shot by Athelas
Give
worked.
them no quarter.
So here we got some gold. These rubies will be exchanged into gold at the end of the quest, and those are heirlooms, which we need to upgrade our estate. Okay, that went well. Let's continue. Nothing in this room, and now we have branching path. We can take either way. I will go here first.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
We have some
require
holy
only the
water
strength to
and
follow
some
it.
emeralds. And some enemies. So let's try to stun the guy in the last round. And the last spot, I mean. Let's attack all 3. Let's try to stun one of these as well. Nice. So let's try to actually kill this guy, but Asha missed. Now, I think let's try to attack the Arbalist. Pistol shot. Get some damage off there. Let's throw a plague grenade. Might be enough to kill. No, not quite. Unfortunate. Uses Quarrel. Hits Athelas. Let's attack those two. And another miss by Asha. Oh, Asha. What are you doing? Maybe we can stun this guy. Another miss? Wow.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
I should mention that I play on darkest difficulty. So maybe we're just super unlucky. Okay, the Obelisk will die from the Blight, so I don't have to take care of him. So let's try to stun this guy. No! No luck at all. Let's try the pistol shot. Okay.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Oh boy. Yeah. Chibi, you should heal yourself. And Athalas eats that. And another double myth by Asha. That is... that is 3 misses in a row. Asha, what are you doing? You have your helmet on the wrong way. It is not good. Let's try another stun. No! Oh boy. This is going to be a long campaign.
In the fevered pitch of battle.
So maybe not try in the tutorial dungeon. Die in the tutorial dungeon. But try. I promise.
Blossoms.
Okay.
Continue the
Wow.
onslaught.
That was way tougher than it should have been.
Them all.
Okay, this is an item, Book of Intuition. Minus 20% chance party gets surprised, which is pretty nice. But gives you -1 speed. Still pretty nice, I feel. So we will equip it for Asha, since she has pretty low speed anyway. And then we have this curio, the Holy Fountain. An ornate fountain of holy purport. You can use these curios, or you can try combining an item with them, and usually that unlocks then a nice benefit. In this case, I know that for the Holy Fountain you can use the Holy Water, and you get the divine benefit. And now the next time we click on that, we will get a small symbol over the Holy Water to know that that combination works out. So it is definitely worth it to try those things out, because if you do them right, you can earn pretty powerful benefits. But if you get them wrong, usually there is a cost to pay for that as well. These are traps. We will learn about those in a second. Disarming traps. Scouted traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and then click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. So we get the percentage down here: 60% chance, 90% chance, 50%, and 60%. So Athalas will do that. That worked. They are not always shown on the ground, only when we scout the area ahead. So we have to be wary of that. Now I can go to the right and go there and finish that, or I could go to the left and backtrack a little bit to get this room battle with treasure. I will do that, because I'm very confident that Asha will hit something at some point. Let's disarm this trap as well. And again, this dungeon is built the same every single time to teach you those mechanics. Okay, this time we surprise them, which means we get an attack in. All of us get an attack in before they have their turns. Let's try using the stun again. That worked. Let's use the party heal, because all 3 of them need some healing. 2 healing, not much, but a little bit. And with Athalas, we will use Open Vein, because this guy, the Cultist Brawler, is not a bone guy, and he is actually pretty susceptible against bleeding. But still resisted. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Let's try to... it was not enough. Oh, 1 health remaining. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this campaign right now. Asha with the dodge. Nice. So now since we used the blinding gas last turn, they get a buff for 1 turn in the next round for plus 50% stun, so you can't just stun lock them. We could still try it. They're at 75% resistance, but let's don't do it and throw the blight grenade. Oof. And gets the bleed. That is not good. Your hero is bleeding. If you wish, you can use a bandage from inventory to stop the flow. Do we have a bandage? Yeah, we can use that. Let's show it off. Just does that, stops the bleeding, and let's use the pistol shot on the cultist. Maybe that will be enough. Yes, slowly, just enough gently, to kill the cultist with the blight damage. Chibi takes more damage, so let's heal her. And Asha, this would be a good time to hit your enemy. Thank you. Well done. Okay.
Trifling victory,
got some citrine,
but a victory nonetheless.
Heirlooms, and jade. Now we can use the heirloom chest, and on the chest we can use the skeleton key to unlock a hidden department, and we get a few items, including a journal page. The blackest of fates. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful, only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh slawed off and of its own twisted accord sprang onto Boulain, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. Oh, well, that's nice. So, I will quickly pick up this curio that is there. It is a backpack. Contains loot, skeleton key, and some crests. Now, if you go backwards, you get more stress, so you don't want to do that too often. For just a short way like that, it is okay, but usually you want to avoid that if you can. So, we're back in the room. This one we were before. And there we have another backpack.
A handsome reward.
So Asha
for a task
grabbed
well
this on her own. Why? Because Asha has the kleptomaniac quirk. That is, that means that sometimes she just steals things. So not only does she not hit things, but also steals things. She's also God-fearing, which means in town she will only pray for stress relief. What that means we will find out later. She's a Weld explorer. In the Weld, she has a plus 10% scouting chance and a Warrior of Light, plus 10% damage if torch is above 75%. We will go through these, through their quirks, step by step, one after another. Won't go through all of them right now. but we'll do that when it makes sense. This was one of the hunger checks. If we don't have food, they will take damage. Now we go into this room, and this would mean the end of the quest if we choose so, or we can go to the last room. But at this point we can complete the quest at any point and get the full benefit. I will actually do that, I think, but I don't have a shovel, so we will take some damage there and have another fight, but also some more treasure. Still want to do that. Let's use the torches. It is, by the way, not worth it to save any torches. They don't give you much gold when you return to the hamlet, so you can just use those consumables whenever you need them. Let's clear that. As you can see, that costed some light. We got some stress, quite a bit actually, more than I thought, which is not good. And we can heal a little bit with the food. You can't heal endlessly. At some point they're just full of food. And then you can't heal them with food anymore, but a little bit for each of them. And we might switch out Chibi and Spellcaster. And now let's go into the fight. So this is quite the difficult fight. And the tempting goblet. More stress. Not good. Try to use the stun on them. So now we see we can attack 2 positions with that attack. Chibi will do the party heal, just 1. Not super impressive, I have to admit. Okay, they attack Asha, but Asha with a dodge. Nice. Let's try getting rid of this guy as quickly as possible. Now we can use the plague grenade. Missed on the goblin guy. Not goblin, goblet guy. Maybe he was a goblin as well. Chibi got shot again. Oh, Athelas! No! That was not good. That was not good. That potentially could have killed 2 of them, but instead did nothing at all. And now she's stuck. Oh boy. Let's hit him. When they die, their corpse stays around. It will slowly decay round by round, but until that happens, they will take up the spot. It is a pretty important thing to consider when you play the game. Okay, that got rid of the corpse, and they are now in the first row. Spellcaster gets the arrow, which is not good. Let's heal Athelas with Chibi. Dodge that attack. Let's try to get rid of Asha with another myth. Another miss. Oh boy. Can we stun? Okay, we get the stun on the Arvelous guy. That is good. So, Athelas, another try. God! Oh boy. Oh boy. This is terrible. Asha?
Dazed,
And a crit.
about to break.
Oh Oh no. What is happening here? This first episode is way more dramatic than I intended it to be. Nothing there. So we should have gone for the position switch instead. Okay, Athelas. 3 times the charm. Nope. Oh boy. Asha, huh? Thank you. Thank you, Asha. Ugh. Got another stun on the obelisk guy, at least. That wave attack. Oof. Let's switch them around. Stunned spellcaster though. Okay. That's good pistol shot. Let's heal a spell. Oh, critical heal. That is good. Also heals some stress. Not stress. Let's see if we can get this done. Yes. Good work, Asha. Maybe we are warmed up now. I hope so. Let's do the party heal. Let's do the melee attack. Smite. And that was it. Oof. Yeah, that was way too close for my taste.
Push on to the task.
Especially since this is the tutorial done. Okay. The reward was nice though, so let's complete the quest. Got 3,000 gold for the quest, some crests, and the debuff stone. Another nearly 4,000 gold. And quite some heirlooms, especially the deeds are very important. And Asha unlocked a new quirk, which is Stress Eater, plus 100% food consumed if stress is above 50. That's not good.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Severe negative quirks. Over time, some negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the sanatorium. It's true. We now unlock the Abbey.
The cobwebs have been dusted
And the tavern
set straight.
Heroes
The Abbey calls to the faithful.
Thank you for that. Heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities at the tavern and Abbey. Each activity has different side effects. Experiment to find the best activity for each hero depending on their quirks. Committing a hero to an activity locks them in that activity until the next week. You'll have to take a different hero with you on your next quest. So if we want to heal some stress, they won't be able for the next quest. There's also the tavern.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
And there's the caretaker. He's in a brothel right now, and he jumps from each place of both the tavern and the abbey and just blocks one of the spots each week. We can obviously upgrade them, but now, much more important, we can recruit 3 more people. We have a jester, Baynard, Cruel, the Abomination,
at the end,
and Cardinal, another Vestal. Which is good because Chibi has super high stress and she will need a rest for the next quest anyway. And we need a healer. So let's have a look who will be next in line for those 3 characters. Let's look at my fancy list. It will be Bloggers, will be the Jester. The abomination will be Velocity Blacko. Congratulations, Blacko. And the second Vestal will be Sassy Waifu. Kind of a fitting name for Vestal. Sassy Waifu. Okay, we're a pretty long episode today because the tutorial dungeon was way harder than expected, but we will do, as promised, the first random generated dungeon, and then I will call it a day. And after that, every episode will be about one dungeon run. So Miss Chibi needs some relaxation, so we sent her in the gambling hall this week. And what kind of... Those are not great abilities. I like the Jester because they can inflict a lot of bleeding and have an ability that actually heals stress. That is very useful. I also like the Abomination class. It is actually pretty good. And we have Sassy as another Vestal. In terms of trinkets, we have the Debuff Stone. I don't really like that one, so I will just sell it for some money. And let's continue to the second quest. A strange glow at the farmstead. The comet's impact was felt here in the hamlet. The great impact toppled gravestones and kicked up a cloud of dust that covered the entire region. When it finally settled, an eerie miasma was seen to spread from the mill. It distorted the rules of time and space far beyond imagining. Venture to the miller's farm to see what has been done. So that is the newest DLC. Won't go there now because the Crimson Court DLC is super tough, and I'm not sure if we should go to the DLC area that early. So for now I will just do another short quest. We see here the rewards. That is actually, the lucky dice for the Jester are really good. Plus for accuracy and plus for dodge. So that alone could be worth it. That is pretty good for the Abomination. What else do we have? That is for the Houndmaster class and some portraits. And that is a medium length. No, I think I will do the first one because I like the Jester dice. Let's put in Sassy as the healer. Let's put in Blacko there. Now the question is, do I want to take bloggers? No, because I haven't unlocked the guild where I can buy and change the abilities, and I'm not really happy about his abilities here. So I think... So the question now is, do I want Spellcaster or Athelas? Let's take Athelas because Spellcaster has more stress. And then we will send him Spelly into the transept to pray to get rid of his stress level. And let's go out with this little crew. Why is there no food? And no... What? Why is there no food and no... No torches? What is that? Never seen that. Is that a bug or is that a new thing? I wonder if it's part of the DLC thing. Do you have to go there? Something has fallen from the stars and so. don't know. Because this is very strange. I never saw that. Oh, now we... Maybe I was just blind. Was that there before? Am I going crazy already? Maybe. Maybe I am. Let's take some extra food. Enough torches. Let's take a skeleton key and a shovel, and let's embark on this quest. And after this dungeon we will prepare for tomorrow's episode, and then that will be it for the first episode of Daily Darkest Dungeon.
The fiends must be driven back.
The hero panel.
And what better place to begin?
Right click on
than
hero's
the
image
seat
or portrait
of
at
our
any
noble
time to
line.
bring up a detailed panel showing all of the hero's quirks, skills and resistances. So here our quest is complete 100% of room battles. So rooms where no battle takes place, we don't have to do. Can do them, but we don't have to. Ooh, decorative urn. Let's try the holy water, I'm not sure. Oh, it actually works.
Packs
Ooh.
laden with loot
Lot.
are often low on
Dodge
supplies.
+4, speed -1. Well, a pretty good deal. Let's put that on Asha, since she has a low speed anyway, and now has pretty high dodge. I like that. And let's continue. That was a good start. Maybe the second dungeon
As the light gains purchase,
goes better
spirits are
than the
lifted.
tutorial dungeon.
and purpose is made clear.
So... Oh, he has to be in the second. I forgot that. So let's switch them out. I can transform him into a beast, but that will cost stress. So I will do that right now. Not great abilities on Sassy, but heal is the most important, and Judgment is pretty good as well. So let's do that. We'll also self-heal
Compassion is a rarity
Sassy
in
a
the
little bit.
fevered pitch of battle.
Blacko gets hit. Let's see if I can get rid of the obelisk.
Continue
Yes,
the
Athalas
onslaught.
with a crit.
Destroy them all.
Let's focus on Blacko. Ugh. But the dodge, nice. Asha now.
Another one falls.
Some accusations. Okay. Good
This
first.
expedition at least promises us a success.
Yeah, I hope so. That it will be successful. Hey. Let's focus on the stress guy, but not very successfully. But the dodge, so maybe the dodge stone already pays off. So heal 3 HP, stress -7. Let's try to stun them. Nope. They really don't like Blacko. Let's heal him.
Sedated. As the fiend falls,
Good work, Asha.
a faint hope blossoms.
Maybe Asha just had to warm up a little bit. That could be. Another dodge. Oof. That hit hard. So let's heal Athalas. Good work, Sassy. Let's try it again. Nope. Nice, Blacko. Disgusting, but nice. Oh, some stress. Yeah, that's nice, Blacko. Wow. How much damage? 4 damage now. Okay. Your Blacko. Try it again. Nope. Athelas is not hitting anything.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Maybe we can stun. Nope.
Great is
But
the
it
weapon
was
that
enough
cuts on its own.
for the blight damage. Nice dodge. Yeah, let's heal. Critical heal even. Good work, Sassy. Since the shooting doesn't work, let's do some melee damage with Athelas, and
Press this advantage.
Asha
Give them
finishes
no quarter.
the guy. I don't have any holy water, so I won't touch this, because I'm not sure
In Radiance, may we find
that is a good
victory.
idea. Don't want to take any negative effects. We did the room battle though, we had to do that in order to finish the quest. So we have to go back. We scouted a little bit ahead, so we will have a battle there and a curio. Ugh. More stress. Can I stun him for the next round? I can, and he took a lot of damage actually. Let's do that. Some self heal. Him, so he will die from bleeding next time he's up. That was a good dodge by Blacko. And Asha can hit with her big sword. Now, let's try the shooting again. Nope, Athelas does not hit anything.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Good dodge, Blacko. I like it. Let's do some healing for Asha.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Let's attack both. Get rid of the stress guy. And Blacko should be able to
Confidence surges as
finish
the enemy crumbles.
this guy. Nice.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Map. Always good. So I don't know if I have to go there.
The light, the
Unfortunate.
promise of safety.
I think I will go that route. This way. Trap here. Athelas is good as disarming. There we go with the words.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Hunger check, okay. Okay, is Asha stealing again? She would have if something would have been in there. I don't know what to use here. Maybe a torch? No. I don't know what you would use there. I don't want to waste these. I think this one can be a 50-50. If it's a good or bad thing, I'll just hold off on that. It isn't really worth it. Damn it, Athelas.
Carelessness
90%
will find
chance,
no
just
clemency in this place.
Oof. This is really not Athelas's dungeon. Not hitting one pistol shot. Okay. Didn't even have to go there. Oh well. Okay, Blacko. Let's show off your other side. Causes some stress for the others, but it's a pretty strong transformation, as you can see. Okay, that one hit. Good work, Athalas. Some healing. Now the corpses are in the way. There we go. Just wanted to show that off, so let's transform back to normal Blacko. And self-heal, both stress and HP. Sassy will do some judgment. Oof, and a crit. That's not good.
Vision. The end approaches.
Melee attack by Athalas. And we're done.
Success so clearly in view.
Yes,
Or
success.
is it merely a trick of the light?
Maybe. What do we have here? Another portrait.
Finding
Some
the stuff
gold.
is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
So, yes, there is the last room battle. Let's go there. We have another trap here. This time it worked again. Work, Athalas. More books. Athalas likes books, so let's check if that will. Nope. It's not worth it. Oof. 15 stress. Very stressful book.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We
Lit way
require only the
and a
strength to
room
follow
battle.
it.
2 stress guys. That is dangerous. I don't like that, so let's try to stun this guy right away. Good. Okay, Athalas. Now it's the time to whip out the pistol and hit. Or maybe miss. Maybe that as well. Sassy takes care of one stress guy.
Back to
One
the
at a
pit.
time. No. Can we stun this guy? Yes. Critical! Nice! But she takes another hit with the goblet. Athalas hits with the pistol. That is amazing.
Executed with impunity.
Okay, we are full. But yeah, that's about it. Let's return to the hamlet. Much more successful than the tutorial
All
dungeon.
my whole.
Got
We
the
reclaim what
lucky
is
dice.
ours.
Got a good chunk of money. And some heirlooms. Beautiful. And unlocked plenty of quirks. Blacko got Clotter. Plus 15% bleed resist. That is good. Asha Belena has deviant tastes. Is not allowed to visit the brothel for reasons best left to discretion. Asha Belena. Athalas. Thanatophobia. Plus 20% stress if HP below 50%. And Sassy Waifu is Unholy Hater. Plus 15 damage for this Unholy. Minus 15% stress versus Unholy. Nice. So let's prepare our team for
Though
the
long
next
years
episode,
may seek
and then
to
I will
separate
say
them,
goodbye.
Action
For today,
and consequence will
Intolerable,
invariably
clouds of
have their
mosquitoes and
dreadful
other less
reunion.
unidentifiable pests continue to descend upon the hamlet with maddening persistence. Illness and irritation abound. Okay. Let's first see who is in the stagecoach. We have an occultist.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Another Vestal and an antiquarian. I think I will hold off on those two for now, because we already have 2 Vestals, and the antiquarian, it's not a very good class. It is more of a farming class for later to earn more money, and that is all nice and well, but for now I don't need that. Let's see. GBT, a little bit better in terms of stress, but not great. Sassy will go to the brothel. Do some stress. Now, I will have to think about who I want to take with me for the next
Make no mistake,
quest. But we unlocked the guild.
Our soldiers must be
which
ready.
means I can buy new abilities. For Asha, I don't think that is necessary. Those abilities are fine. Athala, I like it as well. That is fine too. Battlefield medicine is not bad. Don't really use emboldening vapors, so I might get Noxious Blast, but you can only have 4 abilities, which means I have to switch these out. Doing that, I can have a look at Spellcaster's perks. Luminous, +2 speed and +5 dodge, that is great. And Deviant Tastes, also not allowed in the brothel. Oh boy, we have quite the team. Now, Miss GBT. I like Judgment. Some damage from the healer is always nice, so let's take that. And let's look at her quirks. Rune Explorer, +10% chance, scouting chance in runes. Stress faster, -100% food consumed if stress is above 50. The Yips, -5 accuracy. It is not good. Bloggers, yes, there it was important. What is that? Solo. It's a debuff. I like Slice Off. Yeah, let's switch to these. Very bleeding heavy character, but I like it. Bloggers has +15 disease resist and gifted +20 healing received. Dipsomania, intense craving for alcohol, and ruins foe. More stress on the runes. Not good. Blacko. And our new cultist. I will name him in a second. Pool we can incur. Let's do this. Do this. So, who will be the next persons? We had Sassy. Luckless Lovelocks will be the occultist. Luckless Lovelocks. Okay. So just Luckless. Just Luckless for you. Okay. We can also now go to the blacksmith.
Once again.
There we can upgrade equipment.
Ready to make weapons of war.
Which is very good. I think I will upgrade these next episode. For today, this will be it. Again, there will be a Darkest Dungeon episode each and every day. Every day we will go through one dungeon and do the preparation for the next episode. And we will do that until I finish Darkest Dungeon or until all of my heroes are dead. Thank you all for watching, really means a lot. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm having lots of fun with the game. I'm a little bit wary on how it will go, because the first episode was way more stressful than I anticipated, but I look forward to continue it. I hope you will as well, and I hope to see you tomorrow with more Daily Darkest Dungeon.